The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, I'm going to get started today on Psalm 136. I have to change the title. What I'm going to do, I just forgot, I got to put this up. This is what I'm going to do right above my head, and that is how to find the hidden formats. Pretty much anybody can find most of them, not all of them, but it's the editing of the words that really need to have a thorough understanding of what I'm changing and why I'm changing them. And when you listen along with me, you'll learn a lot of things that I know about from all the text in the Hebrew side. So with that, I'm going to begin here, just breaking it down. Give thanks to YV, for he is good, for his love kindness is everlasting. Give thanks to our Creator. Now, the title is God here, but when it's Elohim, what I did was I did a search on all those 2,300 verses and found our Creator. It was pretty much the truer of the two titles, not just God. Example, if you go into Genesis and replace all the words God in first chapter and put in our Creator created, and then how many times our Creator said and it came about, you'll see that that's why I'm changing Elohim to Creator a lot. Now, I've also changed it to other words, but that depends on the text that's written. Give thanks to our Creator of gods, for his love kindness is everlasting. Well, the thing here is of gods is wrong, even though it has Elohims, it would be creators. But the object here is there is no God of gods, okay? No such thing. Our creator exists and no one else is anywhere close. He didn't create another God. He is the creator, for his love kindness is everlasting. Give thanks to the Lord of Lords. For his love kindness is everlasting. To him who alone does great wonders, for his love kindness is for everlasting. I'm going to have to get rid of these repetitiveness because it just doesn't make sense to have two verse, maybe. Where are? Well, I guess I'm just going to break them down here real quick instead of reading them because I can see that. You see what I'm seeing here? There's so many of these in here that it's almost like ruining the story. Wow, every verse has got this in it. Now that one's funny because these guys have been dead long gone. So this guy never this place never existed, that kingdom there. And they continue. And then this is the title God, but it has a different Hebrew word. Okay. Now I'm going to go over, and let's just take this for, well, let me do this. Let me copy this. So in case I get carried away, I got to come back and start again. I don't want to do a lot of correcting or whatever. But if I just get rid of all these, Okay, now here I've got a problem with this. This text here, or this, they're saying here, these were the kings on the other side of the Jordan River, on the east side. And when Moses went through there, it was Edom that was there, and he wiped them out, men, women, children, whatever. And then the next kingdom above them is known as Ammons. They're naming them as Amorites. But the object is they did too, the same thing. In fact, we have a psalm that says that they blotted them out, meaning got rid of them. So why are they even in the text at this point? I mean, they're pagans. Why would you all of a sudden want to have pagans in the text itself? So that's just stupid. Why not jump back? Okay, first of all, you don't know if he's good or bad. You have to remember our Creator created all evil. And everything that we can think of, He is creating for us in lifetime. So if you keep making bad choices, you keep doing evil, He's going to make that evil exist and you're going to become more evil. So no one can judge our Creator as far as He is good. He's perfect. Give thanks to Wivey. Give thanks to our Creator. Give thanks to. I guess I don't need this word. I'm sorry. I hesitated because I was reading and then I think, well, I just said the. Okay. Sorry about that. Give thanks to. This would be our Lord, which is Jesus. So I'm going to put in King as the correct word here. And we don't need this. To Him alone. Now it's talking about our Creator here. I had to read down through these. Who, to Him alone. That's going a little bit. But if I put this, it's like these two verses aren't needed then. Because give thanks to Wivey. He alone does great wonders. Still deciding whether I should pull them out. Let me go on here. This should be he here, no matter what. He alone. I'm still having a hard time. Does great wonders. If I copy this, I can do all this to this. He made the heavens. He made the heavens with skill. No. He spread out earth above the water. And it's not earth, it would be land above the water. When the word earth is being used, they understand it has seas. So but he didn't spread them out, he made it. So this is just being wrong. They haven't read Genesis yet. To him who made great lights, sun to rule by day, moon and stars by night, smote the Egyptians firstborn. Actually, he killed the firstborns. He brought Israel out from Egypt, not midst. They weren't all over the place. They were next to the king's city, Memphis, at that time. Stretched arm, that doesn't really make much difference. He who divided the Red Sea asunder. We already know all these things. He made Israel to pass through it. He overthrew Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea. He didn't overthrow them. He just had the water go back together. And Moses did that, told Moses to do that. And to him who led his people through the wilderness, that's actually the Sinai. A wilderness is the area between a desert and all green, where it's kind of like sandy, trees are kind of bare, and maybe a few green leaves on them, if that. He smote great kings. He had Moses do that. Great kings and now mighty kings. Okay, I guess they're talking about the going into the promised land, but this, and not in heritage, it's for them to live on and keep their descendants there. So they were inheriting the land. Who remembered us in our low estate. No, that would have been, he brought them out of Egypt. He rescued us from our adversaries. No. He had the king's battle. Who gives food to all flesh. That's kind of redundant or stupid. Boy, that was quicker than I thought. I don't think this one is worth saving at all. There's just nothing here that's impressive to say that I can't point to many other verses in many other Psalms that even do this better. In fact, Psalm 78, it might be out of order all over the place, and I've still got to go back and correct it, but 78 has a better story. It talks about all the events. So from the ground opening up, yeah, there's a lot more in there. So Psalm 36 is just going to be gone, and this one I can just say get rid of it. It never was written by a true Israeli. Now, I thought that was going to take me several hours, and I had this one set up for later tonight. So I'm going to just start here and do this one. So by the rivers of Babylon, we sat down. By the rivers for Babylon. you have to understand the layout of where Babylon is. Okay. Now, Babylon is between these two rivers mainly, the Tigris here and the Euphrates here. And then there is another river here, but this pretty much, these are very great wide rivers. Okay, you can put 5 cars on a bridge in this area. So these rivers are huge. It more or less keeps the enemy out, and it's locked in land. So they only had to defend a small area to keep the enemy away. Now, when Assyria was down here, they went straight down here, and you can see this path that they had to take to get through here, and then they had to cross over to get into Jerusalem, or to get into Israel. And this is all desert, pretty much, where I've got the dark, or this brown at. So the thing here is the Chaldeans lived here, but they had a guideline of the desert protected them. And then along the, I think it's about a 5-mile area that is all green. So I give them a little extra territory in here. But the object is this is Babylon. Now, when they came back up, they're being marched up. They had already taken over Assyria. So Babylon was already, these two guys actually made an agreement. The way I'm reading the text from how you get different kings and to get all the king statutes of his vision of Nebuchadnezzar's vision in Daniel. Babylon seemed to have made an agreement that Assyria was going to be Nebuchadnezzar was going to finish out his rule. And then I think his brother, or the one who was with him about when he ate in grass and stuff, that he had to be his brother or somebody to protect him from not everybody finding out what was going on. And then it seems Assyria took over, and then Persia, and then Rome. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Rome would have been 5. So that's how I understand the text, what's going on, because you have to count that this guy that was protecting him, the name is confusing, but I think it has to be his brother. But he took over for about a couple years, situated everything around. And then I believe Cyrus was the king from Assyria. Okay. And then that's what's going on. But the object is you understand when it says by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. So because Syria still has, well, I'm just, because this is now Babylon. This is now, both sides are Babylon at this time. And then they come down. So when it goes up here, it means they had to come all the way up here, then they're going to be led into Babylon. Because they have to come around here and go all the way down, because the capital city of Babylon, I believe, is down in here. But the text doesn't tell us if it's moved or not. But anyways, some are still open questions. By the rivers for Babylon. By the river. Okay, let's get rid of the S. Now what I'm saying here is that up in here somewhere, this is where this conversation is taking place. Okay? Because this is all Babylon now, but it has to be by the old Babylon. So by the rivers, by the river for Babylon. It has to be Old Babylon. For Old Babylon, we sat down. We sat down as we said, oh, okay, I'm correcting too much as I'm going, trying to make, and wept when we remembered Jerusalem. They're always trying to put the word Zion in to mean for Jerusalem. Upon the willows, well, the willows in the midst of it. Now here, willow trees grow next to water. In fact, willows grow next to water, so we now have it's by the rivers for sure. But upon the willows in the midst of it, we hung our harps. They didn't have instruments. They didn't have any of this. They were being marched up to Babylon. They were carrying their whatever they could carry, but they could only hand carry it. They were on foot. They were treated as captives. So this can't be true. Okay. And then our captors demanded songs. And the tormentors sing. I guess I'd have to put it here. Sing us one of the songs of Zion. Well, you know that they aren't going to do any of this. They're going to be listening. That's just garbage. Now this, I understand they sat down, but this here, this is not, you can't sing that. That's just not true. If I forget you, Jerusalem. Oh, now this is the song that they're singing. No. My tongue will cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I do not remember you, if I do not exalt Jerusalem above my chief joy. Well, this, they wouldn't be singing. The captives, they probably would have got whipped for that. Making a mockery out of their captors. Remember why against the sons of Edom. Remember why we were against the sons of Edom, the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, to its very foundation. I'm sorry, but Edom went along with them with captives. When they come down, they didn't care who was who. They just grabbed them. If there was any kind of people they grabbed, they just grabbed and they took everybody who was captives. Now they want to complain that they didn't touch them, guys. Here's what Babylon started owning at the time. Like I said, they had joined forces, but they owned all this down here. There's a river right here. It is still named the River of Egypt. So they stopped most likely there, and Egypt was here. Because there's nothing to conquer to, and you get this too far, you're too far away from your supply lines. But all this is desert. So after they conquered Jerusalem, they probably owned everything down here to the Dead Sea, and then that would have been in everything over here. So, and they also ended up taking this, or the Chaldeans fell under their power. But here's that river of Egypt down here. This is the river of Egypt. And you can see how that's a kind of dividing line for this. But here's Edom. So Edom went along with them. So that's just, daughter of Babylon, you devastated one. How blessed will the one who repays you with recompense with which you have repaid us. They didn't repay any of them. They were sent away because they were on to another god, God and goddess. So that's just lie. And then the righteous don't speak like that. So this is going to be out too. Boy, 37, that went pretty fast. I was hoping it was going to take me a couple hours to do one of these. But yeah, I've only been going for about 31 minutes, and I just went through two of them that one I thought I was going to take a very long time on. Okay, when you see parentheses, this means text that they've added when they found a manuscript or two that had these words in it. They turned around and said, these are so important, let's put them in the Bible. Well, 95% of them are wrong. I will give you thanks with all my heart. I will sing praises to you before the gods. Now, do you know the 12 commandments? You're not supposed to have another God above our Creator. So you know right off the bat, this is not someone who's righteous. But I think that's funny enough that I gotta keep that. I've got a list of some really stupid things being said in these Psalms. So that's a classic there. Praise you before the gods. Okay. I will bow down. I will bow down towards. I will bow down. Yeah, it's got to be towards. Towards. And it's not a temple. It's never a temple. Our Creator just told Moses to build a tent for meeting with him. A house, then it became the house for meeting with him. A temple is where you put an image of a false god. So before you start praising before other gods, you better get the message right here. You're holy, your house. So holy, it isn't holy. You can't have a material item being holy. Towards. Yeah, I'm going to break it here. This I know is going to be gone. So let's do that. I will bow down towards your house and give thanks. Why would you be giving thanks to a name? For your love kindness This, you can only have one word, and I've chose that one. For your kindness and truth. For you have magnified your words according to all your name. Now that's a little bit differently said. I'm not sure anyone would understand that, what you mean here today. So let's see. I will bow down towards your house and give thanks to you. So get rid of this and this, and you is your name. Okay? For your kindness and truth, you have magnified us by your words. I think that's how I'm pretty sure it would be read. Having to add the word S here in words. But this doesn't make sense. According to all your name. According to all your name. I can't even make anything out of that. For your love, kindness, and truth, you have magnified us by your words. Okay, I need to take a quick break, and I'll be back. Testing 1, 2. Sorry, I didn't know I didn't have my mic on. I must have hit that. Oh well. But the object here is we now have a 4 verse. Give thanks to your name towards your holy house for your kindness and truth. With your kindness and truth. Yeah, I'm going to have to say that with your. That has to be is. With your kindness and truth, you have magnified us by your words. So, and it's not words, action is by your acts. They heard of him parting the Red Sea, taking over people, doing, they heard of the things he'd done in Egypt. So this would be out then. It's kind of already set up here. I will give you thanks. So thanks is right here. So that's a double. So now I've got text here that I need 2 more verses. And I'm not seeing it because these are now divided. This is now separate. On the day I called, you answered me. Now that we have to start over, so I'm going to need his name here. On the day I call, Ivy answered me. And I guess that is too far away from, so I gotta say I'm adding this text. So that's what I do when I add text. On the day I called, Ivy answered me. Did not make. And it's not you. It's got to be he. Got to be a D, not a K. He made me. He made me bold. And strengthened my heart. Strengthen. I have to use it like that. Now I got a 4 verse here. All the kings of the earth, all the kings on earth not just the kings, it's everyone. Everyone on earth will give thanks to you. That's a comma, that's a period. When they don't need his name, when they hear, when they hear. Here, it has to be my words. Of your prophecy. And that would mean of Jesus having a king, so everybody can go to heaven. Okay? So that's why they would give thanks, is to know that they have a king in heaven, and you will be allowed to be in heaven. But there's text missing a whole lot in between there to get to that point. And this would be a comma, a period. And they will sing of the ways of Yahweh. Now that isn't true here. So where is the rest of this down and through here? And I'm not seeing it. So to me, that's separate. They will praise Yahweh for this, for great is, and it wouldn't be Yahweh, it would be Yah. It would be Yah. So I have to do this and just grab it and copy it, stick it up. Now, what I'm saying is, who is Yah? Well, Yah is Jesus. Yah is the Hebrew word or name they gave to Jesus. And I'll show you that in the text here. You know that they were waiting for Jesus to come. And they were told to watch for him as well. Here's King Hezekiah and the king of Judah, in Isaiah 38, verse 11. If you replace the Lord titles that they have here and put in Yah, which is right there, you will not see Yah in the land of the living. See, they were waiting for Jesus, so they gave him a name. Now, if I go up here and say, well, here is Yah again, it praise Yah, because they got this new song about going to heaven. And he praised in the congregation. Who's his praise? Where's his praise going in the congregation? But who are we praising? Rejoicing our King. Okay, and praise his name. His name, Yah. And now they have salvation to talk about. Now, here what they've done is they've used capital letters of two titles for his name, because they have it as name of the God of Israel. Well, what if this is actually the name of the king from Israel? See, that's the text is so corrupt, but these two are definitely clues to say that Yah was the name they gave Jesus, or their king. And you wouldn't sing, they would praise. So if I change the word praise from sing, and I guess that's too far away from the word sing, so I have to add that. We don't have this. They will praise. And they will praise Yah for great is Yah. And this has to be all capitals. This has to be all capitals because meaning our creator's going to make him great. And this does kind of tie together. It's the prophecy but I have good give thanks here. So is this verse all the way out, or that much of it out? I'm going to just make it 8 point this way and see how the text goes from here. For through YV is exalted. For though YV is exalted, yet he regards the lowly. Again, if I replace his name here, and I have to put although together, although YV is exalted, he has regard or I don't think it's the word lowly. Let me see what happens here. This is, oops, let me see, which one am I on? I'm on 38. 38:6 regards the lowly. Regards the lowest, not the lowly. Exalted to the lowest. I guess I would rather have it that way. Whoops. Yeah, see, that's going to connect. And I got to get rid of all this. And now this is out. Always exalted. He has regard for the lowest. No, that's not working. Those two connect together. These two connect together, so what's going on here? Okay. When they hear, oh, the word then is needed here. Then they will. Okay. All right, now separate that. But I'm getting someplace right now. in some places I'm not getting. Okay. It'll clean up a little bit better, and I'll show you what I've got going here. So, though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch forth your hand against the wrath of my enemy. This is not needed. This is not connecting. Does it connect up here? No. You will accomplish what concerns us. This group right here I'm getting rid of. That's just not part of the story of either one above here and here. But I think I got words here. Let me do a cleanup. I think in that part of that might go back up towards the top. Yeah, I think that's how I had that. Pretty sure that that's true. Oh, I erased something. Yep, I only wanted that space. Okay. Okay, now some of this. I will give you thanks with all my heart as I bow down toward your house. With your kindness and truth, you have magnified us by your acts. On the day I called, you answered me. He made me bold and strengthened my heart. Everyone on earth will give thanks to you. This is not belonging to anything. This actually connects to this. Everyone on earth will give thanks to you when they hear my words of your prophecy. Then they will praise you. Then they will praise Yahweh. For great is Yah, although Yah is exalted, he has regard for the lowest. Let me see if this goes up here. Your kindness and truth you have magnified for us by your acts, and will accomplish concerning us. No, that's not reading right. It reads like, yeah, it could go pretty good there, but right now I've got to say, I believe there's 2 verses missing right there. This I need to just remove. That doesn't hook with the text above or below. Same thing with this one here. Removing both of those. So let me just do that and do that. And go up here and remove this 8 point. And this one here. I better edit it down here. And say out. Okay, so here's the words I've got. I will give thanks with all my heart as I bow down towards your house. With your kindness and truth, you have magnified us by your acts. Everyone on earth will give thanks to you when they hear my words of your prophecy. Then they will praise Yah. Then they'll praise Yahweh. For great is Yah, although Yah is exalted, as he has regard for the lowest. It sounds like it's all one piece, but it's just pieces. I don't know how I can say that is actually text that means anything. All I got is pieces. Okay, I know that wasn't very long, but I just want to take a sneak peek at the next one here. Yeah, it's quite long, and if it works out, it usually takes me almost 3 hours to do one of those. So, I guess I will be back in a couple hours, 6:30 Eastern time or New York time. So, sorry it wasn't as successful as I thought it would be to this morning or this afternoon. Keep me in mind. Follow me.